Waiting for you to arrive again.
Hey guys, Ben Wheeler, the Mercenary King here with an Alfred Ezzell deck. Not a lot of deck profiles about him out there, but so I decided I'd do one. Mine's probably the most unusual you'll see. I run Sanctuary of Light Ride Chain with it for extra consistency as well as stride fodder. This is mostly designed around Legion, but I did make some concessions for stride. I'll show you a couple of things as well as a couple of cards here that I did run, and I'm going to battle test to see which one's better, whether I need these Legion power creatures or not. But I still have some pretty good stuff out here. Starter is Planet Lancer. Grade 1 rides grade 0. Top 7 for a grade 2, grade 3. 5 chances that rather than the usual 8. But hey, it's still not too bad. Only run one of the grade 3s. Sanctuary of Light, what it does is it summons other Sanctuary of Lights, and the grade 3s give them power. But honestly, they were underdeveloped, and they haven't had any more support, so whatever. Triggers. Right now, I am running Tinkret for 2 draw, 4 heal. Shiny. Yeah, I like the high offense. I like the fact that there's shinies from the trial deck. I haven't really decided whether or not I'm going to run the stand, which is when it's summoned to deck, give 2 things plus 3k. Actually, I am going to run it. I just have to figure out the slot for it, whether I'm just going to replace my draws and 2 of the crit triggers or not. But that's for later. The stand isn't as important. It doesn't do as much. If there's only one, it works with like 12k attackers. But I do have an 11k attacker, which is nice. 9 of Fragment. And I don't know. I'm going to have to think about it. It's a strategic thing that I only thought up as soon as I started talking about it. Here's a power booster, 9k booster for Royals. Toy Poogle, if there's another grade 3, plus 3k to this guy when he boosts. When you Legion, it's always 2 grade 3s, so he's always off. Works to cover up some of the weaker portions of the deck, as well as the weaker grade 2s, because there's a couple of them. One's for the Ride Chain, of course, and the other one is for Starlight Violinist. So then we have Laurel Knight Cecilius. Supposed to search out an Ultimile. I don't have any Ultimiles in here. I use him because he counts as a grade 3 for a stride. And that's kind of important. My grade 3s are needed for Persona Blasts. I've got 1 spare grade 3 that I can use wherever. So I do need guys like him to fill it out, because I don't want to spend cards I don't want to early. This is the grade 1 that is supposed to, that's part of the deck, that's part of the Ride Chain. I'll talk about him in a little bit. His name's Little Storm. I run 1 Quintet Well in this deck for Legion, as well as Last Ditch defense bonuses. The rest are 3 perfects. The normal ones. The new one is pretty good art, but I'm not going to run her. Now here's why I'm keeping this guy out. The Gen 4 ride chains are unique in that what they do is when you misride the grade 2, you can search out another a grade 2 and ride it. Now what I'm trying to figure out is whether I can ride a Starlight Violinist, get her ability off, and then which is Counterblast 1, summon something that isn't Starlight Violinist, put it to rearguard shuffle deck. Now assuming I have a Counterblast free for it, you know, can I do that? I'm going to be investigating that and sort of figuring out how it all fits in. But I think that'd be a great combo. You get a +1, and then you also, actually, let me see here. When a grade 2 Royal Paladin rides this unit, if you have a card named look at the top 7. And this is when this unit is placed on Vanguard or Rearguard Circle. So, place does count for rides, so I'm wondering. I'm going to look that up later. Hold up. You know, because it'd be interesting. It's a good combo. It makes this deck a bit better, a bit more competitive. This guy is certainly useful in the deck. Knight of Fragment. He's a G-Break 1. During your turn, if you have 2 or more grade 2 rear guards, this unit gets plus 2k until end of turn. And when this unit hits a Vanguard, Soul Charge 1 and choose a card for me damage on turn and face up. These two actually combo. Sort of. They summon each other and they replenish soul. This guy also replenishes soul for Alfred Ezzell. He unflips Counterblast for Alfred. He is essential for this deck. And with the grade 1s, really make it more efficient. 4 of the grade 2s, when they ride the grade 1, they actually do summon another Sanctuary of Light. So it's a solid +1 early game, which is nice and make it justified and actually make them pretty good. But they don't really have the support that would make them excellent. 1 Sanctuary of Light, Planetal Dragon. Counterblast 2 when a guy goes on the Vanguard Circle. Search for a Sanctuary of Light, call it the Rearguard. His limit break is when this unit attacks, plus 3k to all your Sanctuary of Light rearguards, which is pretty good. It hits numbers, but it's weak. It would have been good set 6. It's bad now. Sorry. 3 Alfreds. He is Counterblast 3. Summon a grade 2 or less Royal Paladin. Shuffle deck. Overcosted, but still his first ability is kind of a restriction. Cannot be boosted. This is back in set 1. Back when 20k was unheard of. Dragonic Overlord did not hit 20k without some triggers. Okay, that's how impressive it was. By itself. During your turn, plus 2k for every other Royal Paladin rearguard. Really good card. Used to combo them up pretty well with a whole bunch of stuff. For Counterblast 5, you could get 2 cards. This was in an era when Counterblast 2 killed something. Just one thing, though. No combos and no bonuses. Yep. Then we have the star of the show, Ezzell. Ezzell. I like saying Ezzell. His abilities is Legion 2001. 21,000. King of Knights Alfred. Soul Blast 2. Choose a card from your hand with the same name as unit on your Vanguard Circle. Discard it. So in other words, him or him. Search your deck for a grade 2, grade 1, or grade 0. Call them the separate Rearguard Circle shuffle deck. So in other words, he can summon a trigger. That trigger then gives things plus 3k and returns to the deck. I'm too tired for this. Grade 2 can be something like Starlight Violinist that summons another thing. Or it could be something like Knight of Fragment, which is power. Or Knight of Determination, because you've run out of everything else. The grade 1s can be, similar things. Toy Poogles for power. The other guy because you run out of everything else. Yeah, you want to make sure you got the Toy Poogles before you got everything else. Okay. Keep a slot open. He hits 30k, but he can't be boosted when he's Legioned, which keeps him balanced. Alright, that's my Alfred Ezzell deck. I do run for the Stride for both the prevention of Great Stuck and other things. Galblade, which is Stride on hit, summon a grade 2 or greater card. Rearguard shuffle deck. It's okay. It's good. It's a +1 on hit, but at the same time, it's just generic Royal Paladin Stride. By the way, if I suggest, instead of running Starlight Violinist and instead of running the, what is it? Keep the Toy Poogles, but instead of running this guy, sorry, instead of running this guy, weird. Instead of running this guy, run Knight of Flail. They're both on Legion. They gain power. This guy gets power when he's placed on the rearguard circle from Legion. This guy, and your Vanguard's Legion, this guy gains power every turn you Legion. So they're good choices, very powerful, worked in the deck. This deck is battle tested to a certain extent, but I always could use a little more. I had a grade. Also, I had the grade 2 grade 3 searcher on hit for Counterblast 1, and he was okay, but not ideal. Alright, this is Alfred Ezzell with Ben Wheeler, the Mercenary King, signing out.